Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you guys are having a great day. Today, we're going to be doing something that might actually take the whole video. I've been telling you guys I want to do a wire tuck on this thing, and yesterday I went out and I bought like a bunch. I want to do like a battery relocation and a wire tuck because I don't want like anything in the engine bay. So I went out yesterday. I bought a bunch of stuff yesterday, thinking the wiring wouldn't take that long, and this morning I was like re-looking into it because I haven't looked into it in a couple weeks. And I was like, oh yeah, this might take a long time. So I bought all this so we can relocate the battery. This is just like 2 gauge wire or something, 1 gauge. This is 1 gauge wire so we can put the battery in the trunk. I got spark plug wires. I got this thing because I found out that the distributor we bought is OBD2 and this is an OBD1 car. So this converts the wiring from OBD2 to OBD1. You can just cut the clip off like this and then solder it on there. But the problem with that is then this distributor is kind of ruined. So instead I bought that so I could sell this one, probably cover the cost of that anyways. I've looked into this a lot and everybody does it their own way, everybody does their own thing, and instead of trying to base it off what other people have done, obviously some of it's going to be based off what other people have done, but for the most part we're just going to wing it. Because there's like the fuse box that used to go right here beside the battery. I think I'm going to shove that like up in the glove box. Some people use their glove boxes on this car. I've opened it once and that's it, never again. So I'm gonna probably put the fuse thing in there, and then we're just gonna try and make it as clean as possible because I'm digging the way it looks right now. So I'm gonna try and run the headlight harnesses up along the fenders here before I put the fenders back on. That's why they're not on yet. We're gonna do headlight harnesses on both sides, and then you can actually, from what I've seen, take the wiring harness from the motor and like shove it in here on both ends and then do all the wiring in the car. So whether that's true or not, I have no idea, but we're gonna start there today. Take you, oh maybe, just like that. It gives it a little extra wire, which kind of sucks. I'm gonna have to probably find a better way to tuck this, but at least I didn't have to do any soldering or anything. And then I also just realized that whatever this sensor is, I don't know, it's some transmission sensor. Yeah, they snipped it, which is great. So I don't know if they're the same sensor. They look pretty much the same to me. This one has obviously got a shorter cord, so I don't know if it's gonna 100% reach, but I'm gonna just give it a shot anyways. Oh, dude, no. No, look how close they are. Hey, boys. Emerson, I got a fun job for you.
Is it wiring?
Whatever this is, I don't even know what this thing senses, but the one on the transmission we bought was cut,
yeah,
and this one's too short. So I need you to take this and give her a good solder onto that one, because it needs to clip into the harness and it's like 3 inches apart. This, I can't find where this goes. I don't know where this goes to, so we're just gonna leave it open for now until we find something missing it. And then the rest pretty much is just part of this tux. Anyways, I guess for anybody that missed the other videos, this is like the entire harness that goes into the car. So this would have gone up to the firewall and gone into the engine bay and like fed everything inside the engine bay. And all I did, take it and just shove it back in that hole. So I'll come out of this hole and then feed everything inside here and just take it, shove it back in. And now this engine harness that used to come up and like plug right here is just gonna go into this hole and it's all gonna plug in inside the car. It's like all the same, it all works exactly the same. It's just now it's happening in the car. Oh, I forgot we have to run this one back up too. This is for the wiper motor, so I'm gonna have to run this one out and up there. There it is. Yeah, buddy, now you should just be able to pull it. Yeah, thanks, buddy. We need to plug in the wiper motors right here. So I'm gonna hand you a wire, and don't pull this harness out, just pull out the one I give you. Or do your best to, at least, because it needs to go up there. You see it?
Yeah, you almost got it through. I'm almost got it.
Got it. I need you to help me too. See this? There's a grommet right here.
Yes, sir.
This is like the door power. Yeah. There's a lot of people that like cut shit right here, but like I don't really feel like cutting into my frame. So I'm gonna try and shove these wires through here, and then you gotta just grab them. Okay?
I got 2.
Okay, and then.
Ooh, I see him. And we got him. Touchdown.
There you go. Now, yeah. Okay, slow down. And now we should be able to get this up to the headlight, right? Basically, these are just headlight plugs.
Okay.
So as long as these can get...
Just for this side?
Yeah. Dude, this is mint. Just zip tie it through, like around these.
Top.
Yeah, yeah.
Top don't open.
Dude, that's sick.
Should we get...
Look at that. And now all the wires and shit that were here before are already taken care of. This one's plugged in. It goes here. The whole harness goes in there. It's all plugged in already. I plugged in all the engine harness stuff. And then this...
wire tuck in the fender. Nice.
I'm pretty impressed with that. I don't know about
the
you.
one time 2 white guys are working. So the slave over here.
Well, usually we do make the Asian kid do all the work. Robert Repairs and Emerson does it, bro. That's how we got the name.
Robert repairs, Emerson does it, Brad shafts it. Do you want like a handle or something?
It's okay.
Like what?
So when we came to the other side, you can like, what I've seen other people do is run it through this, but that's kind of like, it leaves a lot open and it's kind of like unnecessary. If you put this harness like all the way over there, it looks kind of funny how like far off to the side it is. So we want to go through this hole instead. It's not much different, but it's a little bit better. So Emerson's gonna just attack it with a step drill and try and open it up, because right now these plugs like just don't fit. They're like just a little bit too big. Just for the sake of not having it run, like if it runs there, at least it's kind of like tucked up with everything else, whereas if it runs there, it's kind of like all by itself and open, so.
Pull that one. Pull up. Yeah, keep pulling it. Okay, now you pull the whole thing.
That actually doesn't look bad, and the little grommet thing is in there. Okay, so when we relocate the battery, we wanna, what? We're gonna put the battery in the trunk, so you mock me behind the camera, I'm gonna whip you with this.
You love it.
Let's put this inside the car.
Okay, okay.
You don't have to film me over here, bro. The wire's gonna come out the other end.
I just want to see where you're going.
Oh, that's the one thing I don't like about bucket seats. Just that one part where you're trying to work underneath. Look at your face!
So if we put the battery over there, then we can put the compressor and stuff right here, and then there's loads of room. So we'll just wire it up to go.
I say
Oh, that board fell right out too.
Put the battery
Right there?
here.
Yeah, okay, so
Not
let's
like
wire it to there. While we were doing this, while I've been doing all the wiring and stuff, Brad came over and took the turbo and everything off of the old motor. He has it mocked up on the new manifold. Basically, we're just trying to see like where it's gonna go, if the downpipe's gonna work, if we're gonna need a new downpipe, what's going on. So it looks like it's pretty much in the same place, dude.
No, it's hitting.
It's hitting what?
Turbo's hitting the transmission over the bell housing.
Yeah, get rid of it if it's gonna cause problems. Where is it? I didn't even notice it.
That thing right there.
Oh, that? Well, there's coolant behind it, so it's a block heater, but what do we do? Okay, let's,
It's gonna do the thing.
yeah, that looks like it's just a heater, like it's just like a loop, right?
Yeah, no, you won't be able.
Nah, you're still hitting.
Still hitting
Hitting what?
Hitting what? Like
Here.
the actual turbo or
the actual block.
Wait.
Doesn't
Wait. This is gonna require custom fab work. Put the hot side on this side, put the cold side on that side.
It'll give us less room for charge piping, like you just said, like because the intercooler is right there. Now let's go whoop.
Yeah, like.
But we'll just have to see if it fits. So the only thing is, we'd have to get some real tight exhaust work done. That's true. So they just need to take it at the bend, cut it, spin it around, and put it back on. Anyways, this sucks. This is a problem for not right now.
And then
we're still trying to finish wires. So that kind of sucks. We're not going to be able to run it with a turbo. Well, we're not going to be able to run it the way we thought we were going to be able to run it. We're going to have to get some custom work done, but we still might be able to start it up and like whatever. It's still going to work. Okay, and then the rest of the wires in here that aren't for the headlights, which would be like all these guys. All these wires are for the fuse box. So they all plug into the bottom of this guy, which used to sit right here in the engine bay. And my plan for this thing is I'm gonna have to do some kind of like modification of this. I'm probably gonna have to cut the back of this glove box out, and then once we'll slice this open, there'll be like a big chunk missing. This can sit flat in there, and I can just have all my fuses in here, because literally all that's in here is my front plate, which I've never used, a receipt, and my insurance papers, and the dash cam because it keeps falling down. So I don't even use that, doesn't even matter. Is this actually closed? Nice. So then when you open it, the thing will be right there. Okay, can you stick your finger through? I'm just kind of going by feel at this point. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What? Okay, you gotta wait. Okay, is there two? Okay, pull two. Okay, now the big white box one's coming next. So I dropped the ECU right here so that I could tuck the wires like as tight as possible. What I see a lot of people do is like they'll like put it out this hole, so like the wires are tucked. They'll come out here, go like into here or something. But I don't really want like any wires there. I think it's kind of nice how we only have like the one strand of wires going in. But the only problem is that there's not enough. So this is the headlight right here. So it's like, you know, a good 2 feet off where it needs to be, which is awesome. Emerson just ran out to get some more wire ends so he can do like the battery relocation in the trunk. But before I start like cutting and rewiring anything, I'm gonna let him come back and see if he has any sort of opinion on what we should do or what else we could do, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna just have to extend all those wires. And I also found out what this is for. This is for the O2 sensor. So the O2 sensor wire runs to the thing, downpipe, and then you just plug it in right here. I'll wait for Emerson to get back. I actually picked up one of these from the junkyard yesterday. So we have an actual proper oil cap that's meant to be on this valve cover. And I'm gonna slap these new wires in too. I tried so hard to find these used, but I had literally no luck. So I ended up paying for these yesterday. They were like 50 bucks.
Okay.
Did you get the goods?
Fine.
Nice, thank
So-
you. Dude, how cool is the blue spark plug wires look?
Okay.
Look at them and tell me they're cool.
No,
They're cool.
mine are better.
I think they look hot.
Mine
Especially,
better.
I think it's cool.
Mine are like blue.
They're the same ones. I think it looks good because we're doing the black and blue theme, baby. I need your opinion on something quick. So this wiring harness, this is as far as it'll go, okay? This is the headlight plug. I'm gonna have to, because we're doing this all nicely, and we, like, look how, we actually have done a very good job. Everything's plugged in. We're gonna have one more wire go to the starter, whatever. But like, the whole thing's wired, and I'd say that for a tuck, it looks pretty mint. Like there's no battery, there's no fuse box, there's nothing anymore. So we did it properly. So should I just extend these and solder them all? Because I think that's probably the best choice.
Yep.
Right? Just solder all of these wires longer.
Yep.
Because that's as far as they're gonna get. And I didn't know if you had a better idea or if we should just solder it.
Yep.
Okay guys, so today Robbie told me he said the wire too short. Okay, so we gotta go like this. Then my uncle came over, okay? We extend the wire, okay? Connection, solder, all good. Heat, shrink, everything, okay? Over there, but the guy wants us to come get turbo kit. I said, no, we do this.
Hey, you're done.
No, Nikolai gonna shove this right through. Right through. Okay guys, let's go.
Thank you for your help. Thank you too, buddy.
No worries. I'd be like, who's this guy? And he has a sweater.
This is Nikolai, everybody. He's not been in a lot of videos. He's been around, but he's been hanging out with us more. So now you'll see his beautiful face. And it goes red when you tell him it's Nikolai. It's because he's a narc. He's going to school to be a narc, so we just don't associate ourselves with him. I'm just kidding. Okay, so this looks unreal. It is like super late at night now. We literally worked on this all day long. Like I said this morning, I knew it was going to take forever, but like this took forever. So I just threw a fender on with Emerson quickly before he left. Look at like, oh baby, look at this. So like, if, I don't know if I have any footage of how this used to look, but there used to be a wire that came up here. All the clips, there was like 3 like plugs for the engine harness right there. And now there's literally nothing. It looks so clean. All there is that one thing going up in there, and the fact that it's black helps a lot. Like the black paint really helps hide everything. And I'm loving the blue spark plug wires. They're kind of like, they kind of pop. We also got, this came in that kit of all the gaskets I got. And like the silver actually kind of makes everything look a lot cleaner too. So, let me give you a quick rundown. I don't know how much you guys saw. Today was just a blur really, but it looks really good and I'm really stoked. This engine harness runs up. It goes into this. I cut the grommet up a little bit and kind of shoved it in there so you can't really see it. And then I have to deal with this still. The only thing I have to deal with is like the headlight box. It kind of needs just somewhere to go. I'll probably tuck it up in there somewhere. And then like I showed you guys earlier, everything's plugged in up there. And then the headlight harness runs out the grommet right here, up along the side of the fender, and into all the headlights, like the plugs right here. They're literally all you're gonna see is just this one plug. And then this side's still exposed because I'm actually not gonna bolt the fenders up until we make sure everything runs, everything works. So this is kind of temporary. As long as it all works, the key thing is we need to make sure it works. As long as it works, I'm gonna go out and buy like a big loom and loom all of this in there together. Obviously, I just don't wanna go buy a loom and loom it all and then find out that I wired something wrong or something doesn't work and then I have to tear it all back open, so. But you kinda get the idea, and then I did the same thing on the other side. I just cut enough out of the grommet to let the wiring harness come through. I extended all the wires. That's mainly why I wanna loom this one, is because all these fresh wires, I don't want them to like, you know, rub off or kinda get ruined at all. And I'm stoked that we took the extra time and did this, because now up in here, there's absolutely nothing. So I gotta put that grommet back in here. And then there's legit nothing in here. All we have on this side is the engine harness and then the starter wire as well. They just both run up into there. While I was doing that and soldering all those wires and getting everything done, Emerson was in here tidying everything up and putting all the connections for the fuse box, which looks super good. So from here, there's absolutely like nothing visible. This is just the AFR gauge wire. We accidentally pulled it out. I'll have to tuck it back up, but there's nothing visible from here. And then if you come down and pull this away, you can see the positive wire comes up right here, and then it has like a little terminal right there. We have to get a box for this. We're planning on buying like a terminal box for this now that we're seeing how it's working. And then if you pop the glove box open, it's that's my favorite part, dude, the fuse box being in there. So I gotta throw the cover on this. Obviously, I'm gonna put like the cover over it so when you open it, you don't necessarily have to look at all this. Emerson extended a couple of these wires as well, so there's no more tightness in this. It's all loose, it all fits properly, which is good. And all we have left to do now is to do the battery in the trunk. So the battery's there and there's a wire there. It's not plugged in because we don't have a fuse, and I just didn't even think about buying a fuse when we were out earlier. So we have no fuse, and I don't want to wire the battery up without a fuse. Probably do that tomorrow, but for like the main point, the actual wire tuck itself, it looks unreal. I'm really happy with it. Imagine there's a fender there, and look at how good this thing would look. It's killer, so thank you to everybody that was here today and everybody that helped, because with a bunch of people here today, it still took all day long. So thank you to everybody that helped out. That's all I'm gonna have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for everybody that helped out today. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, and stay committed.